Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 17 online connected franchise mode game. Week 10 of the Primetime Football League is almost over, but we still have Sunday Night Football to go. And what a treat we have an SNF with the 8-0 Seattle Seahawks taking on the 5-3 New England Patriots, who throw an interception on the first play of the game. Brady across the body to Gronkowski, and an uncharacteristic mistake by Brady that's easily going to be intercepted as we throw it to Rolls in the flats. We are 8-0 so far. 8 more wins would take us to the undefeated season as we lob it out of bounds. Didn't like what I saw from that screen pass, but we definitely have a tough test today on the road in Foxborough as Thomas Rolls almost broke them one for a first down. Instead, now it's third down and long. Russell Wilson play action. Bowen with the catch at the 1-yard line, and we sneaking in with Wilson on the next play. That was a little bit of a questionable play right there, throwing it at Malcolm Butler. Got away with it though. Somehow got both feet in bounds, and we sneaking in the next play. We're up 7-0, looking all good as LeGarrette Blount with the carry right there. And for the Patriots, it's all good. They didn't throw an interception that time, but Brady gets taken down by Cliff Averill, third down and 14. Got to get something going early. I don't know how in the world that one got completed, but it did as LeGarrette Blount with the carry, and Blount is gone just like that. Blount didn't even have to use his signature power. He just walked up the middle and scores 6, and the game is tied right back up as Rawls runs it for pretty much nothing. Now, one thing to know about the Patriots owner, as we're going to get a nice completion of Doug Baldwin to move the chains, is that it actually changed sometime during this league. I believe around week 4 or 5. The first owner of the Patriots left, and now Walshy Man 27 is the owner of the Patriots. And if you guys watch my Pro-Am videos or kept up with some of my Madden videos the past couple of years, Walsh is my boy as we actually do not get that first down. Running it up the middle of Rawls. Good stop right there, and we're going to punt the ball away, hope to flip the field position a little bit and rely on our defense. But yeah, Walsh is a good friend of mine. We're all the time in Skype calls and stuff like that. We were actually in the Skype calls we were playing this game, but we got a little bit of a friendly rivalry going on right now with a season win on the line. It's third down and 23 after the Averill sack. He's just going to run it with Dion Lewis and not get much. Conservative play call. We're going to get the ball right back on the punt, and us punting the ball last time as Pope gets a nice juke move right there to take a midfield. Worked out because, we pinned him deep. He didn't do much. Now we get the ball, and we have a chance to do something else as we're looking, and nothing is open. A lot of time right there, but just couldn't find anyone open. Didn't want to make a mistake. Next play, screen pass to Curse, going to maybe get a gain of 5 yards right there. Nothing too bad, but this is a big third down. Definitely want to convert, get into field goal range, and we do just that with CJ Procise out the backfield. Next play, Wilson play action downfield, and we got Paul Richardson for the touchdown. Now, if you guys watched that wildcard weekend football game with the Seahawks and Lions, you guys know Paul Richardson was making some crazy catches. But for us in this franchise, he's a 71 overall, and all he really provides is 94 speed. So that's what we're going to use him mainly as, is he gets the QB sneak with Brady for the first down. Throws it to Gronk, but doesn't get much. So he's like a 71 overall, Paul Richardson. So while Tyler Lockett's out, he's our slot receiver. But once Lockett comes back, he's just, there to be there, I guess, on the roster, and burn someone downfield as we get an interception with Jeremy Lane. He's trying to get the ball to Gronkowski maybe a little bit too much, and we're all over that, making sure Gronk isn't a factor in this game as we throw it to Williams in the flats right there. So Walsh and I, we played once so far in Madden 17 this year. I did win that one game, and we have played a couple of other years. Sometimes he wins against me, sometimes I win against him, as I showed his third down play one too many times. We actually do not get the first down right there. It's 4th and 1, and we are going for it and getting it. Out route to Doug Baldwin, move the chains. 9 for 11 passing for Russell Wilson, looking good so far. Running the draw play out the 2-minute warning. Next play, screen, but we hit Jimmy Graham over the top, and now it's a goal to go situation as Rawls running the ball outside, jumping high. Risky play for someone who's been injured for half the year. A 2nd and goal. We got Doug Baldwin for the touchdown. Baldwin having his second big game in a row, and it's 21-7 just like that. And KJ Wright with the interception right off the fingertips of Danny Amendola. Bad break right there for him as Curse with the out route moves into the 9-yard line. Once again, a goal to go at the 9, but this time it's not looking so good. Could we get sacked, loss of 6? Once again, did not like the way the screen pass looked as we try to run away from the pressure. Instead, we're going to get sacked right there for a 2nd consecutive play. We call timeout. Actually, I believe he called timeout right there with 13 seconds left. So we're not going to force anything right here. We are in field goal range. We did get gifted field goal range by that Amendola should have been catching KJ Wright interception, and that's exactly what we end up settling with. So 24-7 lead. Definitely feel good about that. Walsh is a good opponent. Sometimes, Walsh wins against me when we play these Madden games, since I win against him. So, definitely was not sleeping on this game. And this is part of a very interesting second half schedule for the Seahawks. I don't want to say tough, but I do want to say tough actually, because the first half of our schedule wasn't really too challenging. There's a lot of teams, that are under 500 and stuff like that. Not many division leaders we win against. It's 3rd down and 12, out of half, out route. Oh, that's a catch, but it's not a first down. Unfortunately, a yard short, and we punt the ball for the second time in this game on 4th down and 1 as Brady throwing, and it's incomplete. You have to punt the ball on 4th down, even if it's 4th down and 1 in any situation, as long as the ball is not past midfield. Look, Garrett Blunt is past midfield and is tackled by Barrington at the 24-yard line to prevent the touchdown. Garrett Blunt just knocking people out the way. Next play, though, he throws an interception to Sherman. He might have felt the pressure right there, and thankfully worked out in our favor. So yeah, that's basically the rules that you guys didn't know. That's why we went for the 4th down, past midfield. You are allowed to do that on 4th and 1s past midfield as we get Paul Richardson, but they actually do not rule it as a catch. So I was like, refs, let's look at that once again. How is that not a catch? Well, the ref said it's not a catch. Deal with it, and we'll take your timeout. So I didn't really like that too much, and I might not like this even less. That is a safety. Sacked on a 3-man pressure right there. Russell Wilson. That's definitely us, not having the best offensive line right there, and sometimes it not pays off, it shows its weaknesses. A lot of times we get the ball out quickly with Russell Wilson as Tom Brady throws yet another interception. Brady's having one of the worst games of his career right now. We're definitely taking advantage as we find Procise, who's not going to get much going on right there. 2nd down and 10, Wilson, and once again, we're trying to get the ball as soon as possible. Had a man right there, but it's actually batted away by Jabal Sheard. 3rd down, running it with CJ Procise, and that's a conservative play call right there that I did to get us into field goal range. Oh, Hauschka got it though. Whoa, that looked like it was not going down, but yeah, that was basically the gist of what I wanted to do. Get ourselves in field goal range, kick the field goal right there, and, just continue relying on our defense, because right now he's definitely rattled. He got the 7 points from Blunt, he got the 2 from his defense, but otherwise his offense not providing too much. He did provide a 3rd down reception by Danny Amendola, and next play, with Garrett Blunt, he's, once he doesn't break free for like 20+ yards, we're doing a pretty good job of containing him as the ball is tipped and caught by KJ Wright, who was never tackled, just pushed out of bounds by LeGarrette Blount. And Wright might be having his best game of the season today with his 2nd interception. Wilson fumbles the ball loose and picked up eventually by the Patriots. Shea McClellan on the recovery. And right there, that one moment I mentioned last week, that dumb little red line or blue line, whatever color it is, was going to be there for one more week. That was doing automatic juke moves. I said I was going to figure out how to take it off and that was the exact moment where I was like, I got to take that line off, because I definitely did not want to juke right there. They made me juke with Russell Wilson, really juke into a hit, or else I would just slid with the ball and so after that, I was like, I got to find out how to take it off, and I did take it off. So that kind of gives him a little bit of life here in the 4th quarter, but one thing we are doing pretty good is keeping everything in bounds as he gets the catch right there, but once again in bounds with Chris Hogan running the ball with LeGarrette Blount and tackle in bounds. So all of that keeps the clock ticking. He's still down by a bunch of points, 18 points, 3-possession game. He needs to get in the end zone as quickly as possible, but that 3rd down run with Gronk, of all people, is stuffed. And on 4th and 5, he's actually bringing out the field goal unit right here. So this field goal does make it a 2-possession game, so there is some purpose to it, but it's definitely what I would prefer. That field goal right there and the fact that he didn't onside kick the ball, that's all fine by me. And if he's not going to use his timeouts, which he doesn't, we are going to put on shoe clock and try to end this game right now. We get the 1st down with Baldwin on the out route, stay in bounds. Next play, run it up the middle, gain of 4, continuing to chew up that clock. Wilson up the middle, gain of 5, 3rd and 1. This one's going outside with Thomas Rawls at the 2-minute warning to 20 to 15, and Rawls gonna eventually be called down right there, knee down at the 6-yard line, and it looks like we do have this win all but wrapped up today. Even though he still has all his timeouts, still has not used one yet. We're down to 31 seconds, and he finally calls his first one. 3rd and goal. Actually gets stuffed right there with Russell Wilson. So, like I said, we were in a Skype call during this game. I was telling him that I wanted to rush it in with Russell Wilson because he had so many rushing touchdowns. So, he went in and tried to stop it, and he did stop it as he throws an interception. He was trying to get Gronk some extra yards to get XP, and I was going to let him do it, but he threw a streak into like triple coverage, so that ended that. So we get the victory, and the undefeated season continues. We now go to 9-0 on the season, but I mentioned it a little bit before. The schedule gets tougher for the Seattle Seahawks. We are going to be going against the division-leading Philadelphia Eagles next week, and then later on in the season, we go against the Green Bay Packers, who are leading their division, and the Carolina Panthers, who are leading their division. division. So we get to see all of our potential competition in the NFC that we might see in the playoffs. It's going to be a very interesting stretch run. So starting off with this Patriots game, we have, maybe like 4 to 5 tough games left in this season. So where, there's a very good chance we're going to lose a game. I don't think we're going to go 16-0. That's not the goal, like I said. The first goal is to win the division. Second goal, get a first round bye. We're doing a good job with the division. Now we got to work in that first round bye. So leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed it. No post-game show this week. And wrap things up a little bit early and give you guys a post-game show next week. Leave a like in the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. I'll catch you guys next time, and we'll see how the Seahawks deal with their very interestingly tough schedule moving on.